If you want to go from a room in your house to the beach or to the mountains and you want to do it fast, you're going to want to use Davinci Resolve's Magic Mask feature. Welcome back to Creator Reality, my friend. I took a look at this in the past, but Blackmagic Design has recently updated Magic Mask 2.0, so we're going to take a look at it. We're going to put it through its paces. And before I get started, it is a paid studio feature only, so if you have the free version, you can't use it, but in my not so humble opinion, it is one of the best features that makes studio worth the one-time purchase. Anyway, let's jump into Davinci Resolve and I'll show you what we're working with. Here I've got a couple of clips and I've got some beach footage and the high wind footage you saw from earlier. It's the mountain stuff. And I find that Magic Mask 2.0 works best with footage like this, but you can see here that I have done it a couple of different ways to another clip where it is a lot more difficult. So let's start out with the easy, get our bearings, and then we'll move on to the more advanced stuff. So in this clip, the first way we're going to do this, and there are two ways to apply Magic Mask 2.0, and if you include the legacy version, that's 4 total ways of using Magic Mask in and of itself, 4 different reasons. And the first one is color page, so we're going to do that. We're going to click on our color icon. We're now in the color page. We've got our ungraded node. We're going to start by right-clicking in open space and selecting Add Alpha Output, and then connecting the output of our node to that alpha output. This allows Magic Mask to cut out the background and tell the edit page that the background is no longer needed. You'll see this in just a minute. Under the controls here, we have navigation, so we can go to our reference frame, go to the start of the track, end of the track. We can track backwards 1 frame or forwards 1 frame, track backwards, track forwards, pause the tracking, or the button I use all the time, track back and forth. This is basically the only one you need. Over here, we have some controls for our brushes. You can add things with the plus icon. There, it's done that. Control Z to undo. We've got minus for things we don't want to track. See, it's got a red dot. And then once we've done any kind of masking, we'll have paint brushes. So let's go ahead and set this to better for quality. That's what you always want. We can leave Smart Refine alone for now. I'll discuss that in a minute. And basically everything else can be left alone. I don't know why, but I like iterations at 10. So now we've got our plus icon, as you can see here. I'm going to click around. Oh, I can't see what else is going on. Well, we're going to toggle our mask overlay, and then we're going to click on my body here. Ta-da! Look at that. Pretty cool, right? So now all that's masked, and if I want to not track anything that's in the sky there, I can click and add a few red dots there. And now we can play with our brushes. So if there was something that wasn't picked up, we've got our plus brush. We can just drag on here, and you'll see it gets tinted red. It's going to track that for just this frame. The brush is 1 frame at a time, so we'll Control Z to undo that. You can use the minus, and if the brush isn't big enough, you can hold Control and click and drag with your mouse wheel to make it bigger or smaller, or you can come down here and we can use this slider to make the brush bigger or smaller. So now that we've got everything set up, I want to show you something extra special. Watch this. I'm going to click on my motorcycle in 2 places, and then we're going to track it. And you'll notice it gets up to 23 or 24 frames a second. This is vastly improved from the first iteration of Magic Mask 2.0 that was released in Davinci Resolve 20. And while it's tracking, it's almost done. But you can put video, pictures, text, basically anything else underneath of this track, and you'll be able to see it behind whatever you've tracked, which is pretty cool. I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a minute. Now that that's done, we can turn off our mask overlay, and you can see just how good a job it did tracking my bike through this whole clip. Except, look at that. Oh, look at that. It's not picking up something in there. So we'll turn the Magic Mask overlay on, and we'll zoom in. And now we could either use our plus icon to add a drop there, or the brush icon, and we'll make it a little bit smaller here. And we'll just drag over there, and it'll fix it for that 1 frame, or Control Z to undo. I can add a plus icon here and click on it. And now it's tracking part of that truck too. So we'll get rid of the truck, and it gets rid of the motorcycle windshield. So we'll get a plus icon, and sometimes it gets really confused. So we can Control Z to undo all that, which deletes our tracking data as well. So you'll have to retrack. So I'm retracking now. It'll be done in just a second. Now, if we go back to somewhere where it forgot my windshield, we can click on our plus icon and see what it grabs this time. And it grabbed just the windshield. So now part of the track is blue and part of it's red. The blue is track, the red is not, so we can either click on the track forward and backward button or just track forward. I'll click forward and back. It'll track it again and hopefully do a better job. Now that that's done, we'll scrub back through our footage, and it didn't pick it up for that one frame. So in this case, you may want to go through frame by frame, use the brush or the plus icon, turn on our overlay, and pick up what we can of it. And then you can track forward one frame. We see that it got it pretty good. Track forward. We want to pick up more of it. And we're done with that for now. So we're going to go back to our edit page, click on the start of the clip there, and we're going to just click and drag up to make room for a track underneath. Voila. Now we're at the beach with the bike. Magic Mask not only tracked the bike pretty well, but it tracked me very well. And most of that motorcycle wasn't even visible when we started tracking. Now, if we move the beach footage out of the way, we go to Effects, Titles, Text, we bring it in. We can type in something like that, make it bigger, and you can see that we've got text underneath of it. And if I zoom in here and stretch this out, that text just stays right there. And you know what it's saying. Just do the thing. But this is so wild. Look at how good a job it did. Pretty cool, right? Well, that is one way of doing it. Let's take a look at another one. It works very similarly. Come into the color page. I'm still in my Magic Mask area and I still have my mask overlay. But if I come up here and I click on the three dots, Legacy Object Mask, we can click better again, get the iterations going. And in this case, we have plus or minus, and I want to make sure plus is selected. And I'm just going to draw a big old line on me. We're going to ignore the bike this time, and we're going to track it. Watch how much faster this tracks. We're already up to 40, 42 frames per second. That's pretty wild. Now, it doesn't do as good a job. So let's go back to the edit page now that that's done, and we'll drag in the other footage here. And you can see that it's doing okay, but it's already picked up on part of the bike. So if I make another duplicate of this and come into here, reset all node grades, do this one here, bingo, bango, bongo. Now it's done. We're back in the edit page. You'll see that now it's ignored the bike. So that is a big difference between the Magic Mask 2.0 and the legacy Magic Mask features. Magic Mask 2 is phenomenal at this stuff. Not perfect, but it's really, really close to perfect. And if Magic Mask Legacy picks up something that you don't want to be tracked, click the minus icon, draw a red line over it, and it'll get rid of it. It may take a couple of tries to get rid of everything, but then you can retrack it, and it should get rid of everything that it was tracking that you didn't want. And in this case, it missed it here. So I'll draw another line, another frame, and now it's done a better job. And now for something completely different, we're going to go into the Fusion page and use Magic Mask. It works very similarly, but a little bit differently. So I made a duplicate of my clip, and then we can go into the Fusion page. And to apply Magic Mask, we're going to use Shift Spacebar, type in Magic, and there's Magic Mask. We'll add it. And you do have the legacy mode down here, but we don't have the fancy brushes and stuff up here. We just have Magic Mask 2.0, which with a plus and a minus and all that. And there is one difference here, but we're going to go click on frames. We're going to get over to about here, and we're going to click here, and you'll see that it immediately dropped it out. So what we're going to do is uncheck Magic Mask 1, so it's not currently doing anything, because there's no toggle mask overlay. That sort of does the same effect. We're going to make sure everything's selected. We can turn it back on, and now we see that it's got a very clean mask. We're going to set that to better, and the refine range is 30. That's fine. And then we're going to track it. It does not track nearly fast enough. It is an average of 1.1 frames per second on my computer, which has a 5070 Ti graphics card from NVIDIA and a stonking AMD CPU and plenty of RAM. It's got 96 gigs. So it should be faster, but it's not. It's a lot slower, and it might be a little bit better. We're going to take a look at a comparison in just a minute. And just like all those cooking shows where they already have it baked in, guess what? I have the previous one, and it's already baked in. It's right here, and we can see that I chose a different frame, but same basic effect. You can see here towards the beginning that I've got some painting going on with the minus dots because there's no paintbrush here, right? But you'll notice that my refine range is now set to 1. Now, if I play with this and I set it back to 30, you'll see that we have minus dots there. But see, this road sign shows up. And if I drop that back to 1, you can really clean it up with the refine mask. Now, one of the differences is if you change that refine mask in Fusion, you'll notice that I didn't have to retrack the Magic Mask 2.0. It kept it. But if I come in here and I go into my color page and I change my Smart Refine here, you'll notice this all turned red. Control Z to undo, and I guess I still have to retrack it, but not today. I don't. I'll do it another time. But here we go. It's rebuilt it, and it's cleaned up everything. Now, if we come over here to this version, this one has the color page version applied and the Smart Reframe set to 1, and it gives you very much a similar effect. But I was able to clean this one up using the Smart Refine. And in this case, it's just refine range. So if I set that to 30, you'll see, I mean, it's just kind of ugly. It's got too much in there. If I zoom in on it, you can see it. And we hit play and it's flashing all this stuff. And if I come back into Fusion and I drop this down to 1, I mean, you can go higher and it grabs more, or you can go lower and it grabs less. It really can wreak havoc on you. It can be a problematic thing to try and use. You have to play with this stuff and tinker with it and see what works for a specific clip. Not all of them work the same. But now it's nice and clean, and Bob's your uncle, we're done. So now if we take our last clip and we go back into Fusion, we can check Use Legacy Magic Mask to turn that on. Now we have to draw lines, so we'll find a good spot like right about there, and we'll set it to better, and we'll just start drawing our line, and we'll see that's good. So we'll turn this off and turn it back on. Maybe we control mouse wheel to zoom in. It didn't grab my glove. So we want to draw another line here, and just for good measure, we'll get that one, and then we'll mouse wheels, move it around, make sure we get the boots in there, and then we'll draw a minus on this mirror so it doesn't pick up the mirror. Then we'll turn our effect back on, and it's not great, so we can draw some more lines. There we go. That's better. And then zoom out. Looks pretty good. So we'll track it. And this may be fast at the start, but it's going to slow down quickly, so I've sped up this footage. Now's a good time to subscribe if you haven't already, or ask a question about Davinci Resolve in the comment section below. Now that it's done, I noticed right about here it's picking up that street sign. There it is. So I'm going to drag my refine range down to 1. Yeah, there we go. Again, this takes some real tweaking and fine-tuning. So it's time to talk gotchas with Magic Mask. This is a Fusion clip. Obviously, it didn't do a great job with whatever refine we selected, but we're talking gotchas now. If I want to zoom in on this, I can. I can zoom in. I can rotate it. I can do all sorts of things, right? And then if I scrub through the footage, it's working as normal. I didn't have to retrack it. If I come to this clip and I zoom or I rotate like I did before, it looks okay. You know, it's picking up some weird stuff occasionally. But if I go to another frame, it's completely lost it. So I have to come back to the color page and track it again. And there it is. If I come back to the edit page, now you can see that it tracked it, but not as well. It's just not set up for that use. So what I recommend is to do all your color grading beforehand, do any kind of zoom, rotate, whatever transforms you want to do beforehand, and then add Magic Mask at the end. It's a problem. Another gotcha you're going to have is if you play with the resolution. So if you edit in 1080, but you render in 4K, Davinci Resolve is going to retract the Magic Mask before it does the render, and it may or may not get it right. So I recommend there to edit and then change your timeline resolution to the final render resolution, and then do your Magic Mask tracking, and then do the render. So it has it pre-done before it tries to render. I was reading on the Blackmagic Design forums before recording this video that some people ran into a problem where it was failing during the retrack and Resolve was actually crashing or saying it can't render out the video. So that would be a big problem. What other gotchas are you going to have? Well, sometimes Resolve just forgets. If you do enough, it might just forget that the magic mask is there. So in that case, what I like to do is set a marker on my clip. And to do that, we'll just click on this button or press the M key on your keyboard. It's a default shortcut to set a marker. If you want to know more about markers, click over here. I've got a video on it. Pretty cool stuff. But for now, that's all I've got. We went in and we did Magic Mask 2.0 4 ways. Okay, fine. We did it 2 ways, and then we did the Legacy Magic Mask 2 more ways. But that's 4 ways that you can use Magic Mask 1 and 2. And they all have their positives and negatives. Fusion is slower, but it tends to be more accurate. It's also more resilient for if you're doing zooming and stuff. If you want to throw this stuff into a compound clip afterwards, retrack it again, and then add a stroke to it, you can do that as well. So there's no end to what you can do with Magic Mask. I use it in almost every one of my videos, at least on my other channel. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you appreciated it. This turned out to be kind of a masterclass in Magic Mask. Hey, that's a good title for this video. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments about it, leave them down in the comments section. Ask your questions about Davinci Resolve in the comments section. As you've seen recently, I do answer those comments and sometimes in the form of another video. Until next time, I hope you're having a great day. Go check out this video and I'll see you there. John out.